Let's speak to Alexander Huang. He's the chairperson of the Council on Strategic and Wargaming Studies at Tamkang University and joins me now from the capital, Taipei. Good to have you on the show. Miro was just pointing out that this was the first time that the U.S. and Chinese defense ministers were meeting face-to-face. But the fact of the matter is that President Joe Biden just a couple of weeks ago said that the U.S. would respond militarily if China attacked Taiwan. Now, the Chinese defense minister is saying that they would not hesitate to crush any secession attempt by Taiwan. I mean, is this just sort of a war of words, or is the confrontational exchanges an indication this is the worst it's been?
Even before the U.S.-China strategic competition since 2018, the Chinese has been maintaining its position on Taiwan, and I personally participated several Shangri-La dialogue a few years back. And for a Chinese general or admiral representing the People's Liberation Army's perspective on Taiwan, one could expect that they will use the strongest language. It has been constantly that way. So for me, it's not a surprise. However, given the recent Ukraine situation and people's, sensitive to whether use of force can happen even in 21st century among nuclear powers. So this is a new situation. Maybe the United States and China wanted to exchange of their strongest position to signal each other and prevent from actual military conflict. But as the tension step up, I think regional countries should be very vigilant about the situation month by month, week by week. Mm-hmm. And we do not believe that a meeting between the Secretary of Defense of the United States and a minister of the People's Republic would resolve the issue or even lower the tension. So this is a situation that we need to keep our eyes on.
Help me understand this, Alexander. The Chinese defense minister is accusing the United States of being a bully, as well as hijacking countries around the region. Some would say the same thing, that this is the same thing that China's doing.
It's up to regional countries to speak for their own interests and their own perspective. I do not believe that, Japan, Korea, Australia, that feel that way as China described. Just look at the actions and closeness between United States and the regional allies. One could tell that a reality is that the countries in the Indo-Pacific region are very, very alert on China's expansionist measures and activities in recent years.
Since you mentioned Japan and Korea, let me ask you about them, because they have always been sort of uneasy allies, but it seems that they're looking to expand cooperation when it comes to curbing North Korea's nuclear ambitions.
Right, especially for this year's Shangri-La dialogue. We know, as you described, that there have been a historical issue between Korea and Japan. And since, President Obama and his pivot to Asia policy, it has been very difficult for the United States to even ask the Japan and Korea to work together as a trilateral military alliance. This year is a little bit different, not only because Japan has a new prime minister, but recently Korea has a very pro-U.S. Newly elected president. So this is a specific occasion or a window that we haven't seen for years. Mm-hmm. I think Biden administration is trying to take this opportunity and to push for a more trilateral collaboration in response to a growing nuclear threat from the North Korea.
Alexander Huang, thank you very much for joining us here on Tier 2 World. I do appreciate you putting things into perspective geopolitically. Thank you.